Remember a couple of weeks we saw this video? You guys are serious drug addicts if you don't remember. It was like 3 weeks ago. And then the lion eats the little deer thing. But we're talking about this be self-controlled, where your enemy, the devil, prowls around like a roaring lion waiting to destroy you. We had spent the whole time talking about that and being careful about the enemy's tactics and that he's clever and these sort of things. And then I planned to do a 2-week series. The problem was that this second week was Christmas, and then Christmas came and I had to do a Christmas message, so I couldn't do the second one. And then I forgot that I was doing a 2-week series. And then so there's another one and then another one, and today, this week I was looking and I was like, oh crap, I forgot to do the second part, like how to fight the devil now that we know his tactics. And so today is actually about that. So we saw that guy get owned, and really you don't want to be that. I was trying to tell you not to be the little gazelle that gets eaten. However, I forgot to mention how to not be the gazelle that gets eaten. And so if the devil's been kicking your ass in the last few weeks, I'm sorry. This was supposed to be a little bit earlier. Because the devil does want to kill you, and he wants, the way that he'll destroy you is he'll get you to sin, or he'll get you to not follow after God. God has something amazing for you, and the devil will sidetrack you, or he'll use sin to sidetrack you. When I say the devil, I mean the enemy and all of sin and that sort of things. And so today I want to present to you 2 ways to avoid getting eaten, to avoid being that little gazelle. Just 2. And the reason it's just 2 is because you can't remember anymore. You didn't even know that we've seen this video. That's how bad it is. So some pastors do 3 or 5 points. We stick it to 1 or 2 because, And then if I had notes, I probably couldn't remember more than 2 either. Done. So the first one, this tiny little gazelle, he ought to have watched this next video. So this is another... I'm in the nature theme because I'm a soar with the Lord. All right. This video really highlights your biggest problem. This video highlights the problem is that when we're supposed to run away from sin, most of us, we run towards sin, right? Your biggest problem with sin is that you run right at it. You don't try to avoid it, you don't flee away from it, you run towards it, nail the tree, and then they eat you. You make it so easy for the devil because you serve yourself to him on a platter. 1 Timothy 6:11. Watch it. Here's a bunch of verses. 1 Timothy 6:11, 2 Timothy 2:22, 1 Corinthians 6:8, 1 Corinthians 10:14. Flee the evil desires of youth. Flee from sexual immorality. Flee from idolatry. But you, men of God, flee from all of this and pursue righteousness, godliness, faith, love, and endurance here. You see, the key to, the Bible has this in several different areas. And so in order to avoid sin, you should flee from it. You see, there's 2 words there. Flee from sin. Not flee toward sin, like that stupid gazelle ran toward the lions, and then he is going to be eaten in just a moment. So I'm talking to you guys about trying to not run towards sin, but trying to run away from it. So if your vice is strippers, then you shouldn't run toward a strip club. Understand that? That would be a problem. And if your problem is alcoholism, you should not be going to the bar, right? That's not the place you want to show up if you have an alcohol problem. It simply isn't. Or a fraternity party, kegger party. That isn't the place for you if you're an alcoholic. That would be fleeing toward the problem, not from the problem. Look, you want to be able to go away from it. So if you're trying to not have sex with your girlfriend, sometimes you might have to flee even away from your girlfriend. So you're hanging out and the movie's a little boring, you're at home and hey baby, and closer and closer. And at some point, if you're trying to not have sex with your girlfriend, you need to say, whoa, I need to even get out of this situation. I need to flee from it. Even if I'm talking about just going the other side of the couch with her, that's a little bit of fleeing. But sometimes, I don't know about you guys, but for me, even a little bit of space is enough. I've had to, when I was dating this beautiful girl who became my wife, sometimes I'd have to go, there's a wrap, I gotta go because, woo, it's getting too crazy. Because I'm a little overwhelmed, caught up in her beauty. So that happens sometimes, and sometimes you have to get out of the situation. And it honestly caused a fight, because there's a time when we were holding hands, and for me, even holding hands, I'm like, and then I'm like, shoot. It's like, how rude, you know? I just dropped my hand like that, and then, you know, later I had to explain, well, the reason I just sort of pushed you away is because I was trying to flee from the thoughts that I was having that I don't want to tell you about right now. Till we're married, and then I'll tell you all about them, don't you worry. And so if you're trying to not have sex with your girlfriend, sometimes you have to flee out of that situation. 2 months after I became a Christian, the devil brings this up. I was at a party. I was a freshman in college. So you know how that goes. I was at a party with a lot of alcohol, and I got there late, so people had been at alcohol for some time. And there was this girl who liked me. I don't know how that happens occasionally. You know, it's like one of 2 girls that ever liked me, I guess. You know? But I show up at this party, lots of people have been drinking a long time, a lot of alcohol, a girl that liked me, and it was a hot tub party. Guess where this thing is going? So what did I do? I had just become a Christian, but I knew better than that. I know how this story ends, and so I said, I'm out of here right away, even though whether the party was fun or not, I don't know. But I knew better, and I knew not to be the gazelle and run toward that hot tub. I ran away from the hot tub and away from the alcohol, away from that party, because I know how that ends up. And so sometimes you need to just flee a situation. Sometimes you just got to be away from this situation. Whatever your sin issue is, it's different for each of us, and so don't flee towards it and end up like that gazelle that hit the tree, but rather flee away from it. So that's the first thing, to flee from them.